As you get older and start your life, children start coming into play, pun intended. You decide whether or not you would like to have them. Both is okay, but if you do have children, you need to make sure you have patience and self-control. They are very fussy, can throw tantrums, and need lots of attention. This can cause anger and frustration, which can lead to violence, and that's not okay. Today, I will bring you through the points of the studies, long-term effects of physical punishment, the bigger problem, and appropriate punishments. Alan Kazid at Yale, Sandra Graham Berman at University of Michigan have done studies for years, and they all came to the conclusion that they will cause you to be more angry, resentful, antisocial behavior, and have mental and physical problems. Also, Elizabeth Gersoff, according to APA.org, has done decades and decades of research on this. She wrote reports that claim to say physical punishments do not work to get kids to comply, so parents think they have to keep escalating the violence. This report has been endorsed by American Academy of Pediatrics, American Medical Association, and Psychologists of Social Responsibility. Now that we are done with the studies, I would like to take you through the long-term effects. These can be very, very serious, and you need to pay attention to them because kids do not show, they are not direct. You need to look at them, you need to observe them. With this, you can be more angry, have very bad behavior, have anxiety, depression, and be able to not form relationships as well with authority. In 2008, Gersoff and Graham Berman wrote a report together, aka the APA Task Force. Together they came to the conclusion, quote, physical punishment is not appropriate or effective methods. So that just goes to show that all of these psychology professors have came to the decision that physical punishments are not okay under any circumstances. Now we're moving on to the bigger problem. Parents tend to think that you get control over the kid when you physically hurt them, but it is only momentarily. This can cause them to be distant and not form relationships with you and have a bad one as well. As I did my research, according to Psychology Today, children 3 to 7 from 100 families are okay with physical punishments. Depressing, honestly. This means adults can get out of control because you feel a sense of relief after letting go all the anger you have towards your children. This can lead to more physical punishments. And then the kids as well are okay with hitting their children when they are older. In 2012, 125,000 children needed warrants because abuse was serious enough. 42% were under 6 years old. 42%. Now that I've went on about the studies and long-term effects and the bigger problems, you're probably wondering, well, how do I punish my kid? How do I get control over them? Well, there's appropriate punishments that don't include violence, that don't include making your children feel worse about themselves. The first one is education. You need to teach them consequences by making rules and scolding them. But please, let them still experience things. You can't keep them locked up forever. The second is expressing discipline. You need to let them know that you are mad, but you do not need to bring the wrath on them. They don't know how to handle the parents yelling at them because they look up to them. The third is ignoring. Crazy, I know, but it is very effective. If your child is acting out for a stupid reason, just choose to ignore them, but pay attention silently so you can take in what they are doing and punish them later for it. The fourth is timeouts. Timeouts are not used for threats. You can't use them as that. They are meant to be mood changers and regain self-control. The fifth is if you have two kids, you need to take the toys away or take whatever is causing the problem away from them so they have to figure out something else to say or something else to do. And the sixth is you need to use warnings. Warnings are very important. It provides security for the children and let them know that they have broken the consequences and now they need to get what they deserve. Harsh, did not mean that, but as I took you through the studies and long-term effects, which can cause anxiety, depression, angry, resentful adults, and problems with authority, the bigger problem is that parents think it is okay to hit your children, but in reality, it is not okay. And appropriate punishments. Appropriate punishments can include from discussing, to timeouts, to ignoring. Thank you for letting me tell you my choice of parenting and why I feel physical punishment is not okay on children. Thank you.